when are our bills going to come down?
So the short answer is not yet. And the reason for that is that we don't link our energy prices that we sell to the customer in the household directly to the wholesale price of gas and power in the market. So we've got a very complicated system in the UK where we interfere in the market and we set prices according to what the regulator guesses they're going to be. So, for example, on Friday, the regulator had its reference period end for the next quarter, which is going to run from April to June. So those prices were guessed too low for this period, and they'll probably go up a little bit as a result of that. But after that, they're going to come down sharply to reflect the fact that we are back down to where the prices were just before the war. So lots of things have happened to enable that to come about. The war hasn't gone as well for Putin as he thought. The Europeans have done a great job of building storage so they can get gas into Europe from places other than Russia. And the warm winter has really been crucial. So next week, for example, we're expecting in the UK temperatures of 16 degrees, which in February is absolutely astonishing. All those things help. And that means we're in a better place than we were when we were looking at this last year. And we were really worried that the lights would go out and we'd have people freezing to death in the winter.
Yeah, Andy, I think viewers will be more than familiar with the idea of rising like a rocket and falling like a feather, normally with petrol pumps, of course, and yet here we are now with gas. The government bought at the top of the market, but they kind of had to, didn't they, to maintain resources, to maintain storage and to keep the lights on. They had to buy at the top of the market, so we perhaps shouldn't be too harsh on them.
Yeah, so the government will be feeling like they can't win on this one. So they've done lots of other things as well to help with prices. In reality, at the moment, our energy prices are about 3 to 4 times higher than they were before the pandemic. And that's really the best way of looking at it. What they're going to do is fall to a level that's still twice as expensive. So whatever happens, you should expect to be paying energy bills that are still twice what you were paying 3 to 4 years ago. They've also brought in welfare measures that are now targeted. And those are things like £900 for people on benefits, £250 for people with disability pension, and £150 for people on disabilities. And all of those things together should ensure that nobody vulnerable is left hard up by their energy bills. But it's still much more expensive than it used to be, and it doesn't help small businesses as well.
And I think what confuses an awful lot of people is they've been seeing over the last couple of weeks these incredible amounts of profit into the billions that companies have made. But am I right in thinking that actually the government says they cannot pass on that money because whatever it is within the terms of their contract, they're actually not allowed to do that, to be able to say to all of us, well, you're going to have, 200 quid off your bill this week?
Yeah, this is where it gets really horribly complicated. So these are different businesses. So people who drill gas and oil out of the ground are, certainly in the North Sea, are in a special tax regime where the profits from that have to be paid through special taxes, windfall taxes, to the Treasury directly. They can't just be passed on. The other people at the other end of the market are the retail energy companies, and we saw loads of those go bust last year because they don't make any money at all. And they're the ones who usually get blamed for these fat cat profits, but it's actually not them. It's simply world oil prices and regional gas prices feeding through the market system in a way that means that when prices are low, they all lose money, some of them go bust. When prices are high, they do make extraordinary profits. But the reaction to that has been oversimplified in the media narrative.